Welcome to solverfy.
We are asked to use generating functions to solve a problem. We are asked to find the number of different ways 15 identical stuffed animals can be given to 6 children so that each child receives at least one, but no more than 3 stuffed animals. So, for each child, we have the function is going to be x plus x squared plus x cubed. Since the child can have at least one stuffed animal, but no more than 3 stuffed animals. And since we have 6 children, our generating function is going to be x plus x squared plus x cubed to the 6th power and this can be written as x to the 6th times 1 plus x squared to the 6th power, which can further be simplified to x to the 6th times, and this is 1 minus x cubed over 1 minus x to the 6th power. This can be written as x to the 6th times 1 minus x cubed to the 6th over, or times 1 minus x to the negative 6th power. And using the extended binomial theorem, this is equal to x to the 6th times the sum from k equals 0 to infinity of 6 choose k negative x cubed to the kth power times the sum from k equals 0 to infinity of 6 plus k minus 1 choose k x to the kth power this is equal to x to the 6th times the sum from k equals 0 to infinity of 6 choose k and negative 1 to the kth power times x to the 3k times the sum from k equals 0 to infinity of 5 plus k choose k x to the kth power We want to find the coefficient of x to the 15th since there are 15 stuffed animals. And so if we take this k to be m and this k to be n, we have that 6 plus 3m plus n must be equal to 15. Which can be written as 3m plus n must equal 9. And so to find these values, let's plug in different values of m. So if m is equal to 0, we have that n has to equal 9. If m is equal to 1, we have that n has to equal 6. If m is equal to 2, then n is equal to 3. And if m is equal to 3, then n has to equal 0. And so we have the coefficient of x to the 15th is going to be the sum of these coefficients, which are, if m is 0 and n is 9, this is 6 choose 0 times negative 1 to the 0th power times 5 plus 9 is 14, choose 9, plus if m is 3, or m is 1, n is 6, we have 6 choose 1, negative 1 to the first, and n is 6, so we have 11 choose 6, plus m is 2, we have 6 choose 2, negative 1 to the second, and n is 3, so we have 3 plus 5 is 8, choose 3, plus, and then if m is 3, n is 0, and we have the coefficient is 6 choose 3, negative 1 to the 3rd power, and 5 choose 0, this is equal to 6 choose 0 is 1, negative 1 to the 0 is 1, and so we have 14 choose 9, which is equal to 14 factorial over 9 factorial times 5 factorial, plus 6 choose 1 is 6 times negative 1, so this is a minus 6, and then 11 choose 6 is 11 factorial over 6 factorial times 5 factorial, plus 6 choose 2, this is 6 factorial over 2 factorial times 4 factorial, and negative 1 squared is 1, and 8 choose 3 is 8 factorial over 3 factorial times 5 factorial, plus, and this is going to be a minus since negative 1 cubed is 1, or minus 1, so minus 6 factorial over 3 factorial squared times, and 5 choose 0 is simply 1. So this is equal to 14 factorial over 9 factorial times 5 factorial. This reduces to 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 over 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. minus 6 times, and this reduces to 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 over 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 plus, this is going to be 6 times 5 over 2 times 8 times 7 times 6 over 3 times 2, and minus, this is 6 times 5 times 4 for 3 times 2, and can cancel out 14 to get 7, 4 and the 12 get canceled out, get 3, the 5 and the 10 get canceled out to get 2, so this becomes 7 times 13 times 3, the 3 and the 3 will cancel out, so it's 7 times 13 times 11 times 2 minus, and here we have that 5 and 10 will cancel out to give us 2, and the 4 and the 8 cancel out to give 2. The 3 and the 9 cancel out to give 3, and the 2 and the 2 cancel out. So we get minus 6 times 11 times 3 times 2 times 7 plus 2 and the 6 cancel out to give 3, and we have that the 2 and the 8 cancel out to give 4, and the 3 and the 6 cancel out to give 2, so this becomes 3 times 5 times 4 times 7 times 2 minus, and this is going to be, cancel out the 3 and the 2 with the 6, so 5 times 4, and using a calculator, we obtain 50, and so there are 50 ways to distribute